What are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you on Twitter?
No.
What are they saying?
Nothing.
What are they saying about
They're saying
me?
you're not allowed to go on there.
Okay, well, let me borrow this, and then I'm going to post.
No.
I'm going to post it to your account.
No, I'm not going to lose my Twitter because
No one will know it's you.
Trump, the answer is no.
Come here, phone.
No. No.
I want to tweet.
No.
I want to
No.
tweet.
No.
This isn't fair.
No.
I want to tweet.
No. Now go to your room.
Do you know why Satan hates when you won't put a mask on your face? Because you're screaming loud, I have no fear!
The vax stuff is about punishing people who have no one to protect them. That's the truth, okay? And I'm completely sick of it.
The vaccine we're giving, the booster we're giving, which they've all said it's not going to work on this variant whatsoever.
On Thursday, the office of Melania Trump announced Mrs. Trump's new non-fungible token platform.
My vision is look forward with inspiration, strength, and courage.
Stunning.
Quote, can he make a statement? Ask people to leave the Capitol, Sean Hannity urged.
And by the way, you sounded in that text exactly like you sounded on television. And that's just true.
Exactly. President Trump wanted to make sure that the people that came, that there was a safe environment for that kind of assembly.
The fact is, Tucker and I agree on most issues, which is why I'm baffled by his defense of Russia's Vladimir Putin. Is Tucker operating under duress?
I'm not going to get into my weird personal life, which is totally not weird.
Is there a word that describes what American society is like today under this Biden regime?
We're a fascist country at this point.
My Wikipedia page is atrocious.
Wonder Woman, tell me, all the world's waiting for you, and the power you possess. Caring for the youth, fighting for the truth, and the old red, white, and blue. Wonder Woman, tell me.
Vaccination is still going a bit slow in America, and we should be past this talk by now, but we're not, and it's definitely going to come up at your holiday gatherings. So that you're prepared for those conversations, here is our gift to you. These are moments from past rallies we haven't shown before with some truly unique arguments from the vaccine-hesitant crowd.
I haven't seen that it's been life-saving at all. I've seen a lot more people in the hospital after they got this vaccine than, it being helpful.
Right now in North Carolina, 92% of the people who are in the hospital because of COVID are unvaccinated. Does that worry you?
No.
No. Where nowadays can the unvaccinated congregate?
Basically nowhere unless they form a group.
Yeah, unless it's the ICU.
What do you mean ICU?
That tends to be where many of the unvaccinated congregate.
Okay, yes, okay.
The ICUs here are full.
Yeah, but in the general scope of things of the entire population of everybody who's been tested, what does that weigh out to?
So a full ICU is just a full ICU. Kids need to see the lower half of other kids' faces.
Yeah.
That seems like a take.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Just don't be putting some stuff in my body that isn't proven.
It's not proven.
Right.
So your issue is that maybe they rushed this through too fast.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like it was an issue that America moved at warp speed?
Yes, I do.
Who did you support in the last election?
Trump.
Do you think he deserves more credit for what he did with the vaccine?
Kills me. Biden gets in. Biden gets the credit for the vaccine. Oh, yeah, give me the vaccine.
So wait, Trump deserves more credit or less credit?
I think Trump did what he could do.
Which is move the vaccine at warp speed. Which you were against like a second ago. Do you have a distrust about some of the narratives that are going on in
I have a lot of distrust.
Talk to me about that.
It's too long.
Where are you getting your information about the
I
vaccine?
have a lot of information, just like you guys all get your information.
Where do you go for your information?
From a lot of places.
Specifically? What are you going to miss out on if this mandate prevents you from doing it?
I just tried to get some Thai. I love Thai food. I just tried to get some Thai food around the corner. They told me I couldn't sit down and eat.
unless, I had a vaccine mandate. Now, I believe things like that were said to Martin Luther King when he tried to walk into places to eat, but they said they had a different reason to make him a second-class citizen.
Comparing yourself to MLK are big words for a guy wearing 80s b-boy jeans.
Actually, these are not 80s b-boys jeans. They are new true religions. I know you can't tell because you're a Democrat and you can't afford these things.
All right, well, enjoy. I hope you don't get sick.
Thank you. I still haven't yet. Have you gotten COVID?
I did.
Ha, that sucks. Too bad for you.
That's the empathy that the young Republicans bring. Thank you. Where are you getting your information?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah, well, not everywhere, but like those places. Internet, by word of mouth.
Right.
Here, I mean, you see a nice burrito, and it has like farm fresh eggs in it.
If you got to see the workers at Pfizer's make you a vaccine burrito, would you trust that?
No.
No.
Tens of thousands of people have already died from the vaccine. When the flu vaccine came out, 75 people died and they stopped it to rework it.
Tens of thousands of people? Where do you get that stat?
I get that stat from the, the VPEAR, the one that puts out the stats. Let me ask my daughter. Livy!
The CDC?
No, not the CDC.
The BS?
What's that people? What's that? What's that? The
VPEAR?
Where they're getting the stats. What did you say?
They are violating bodily autonomy. They are creating the same as vaccine passports, which is illegal segregation.
Illegal segregation.
We are going back to a state in which there are two groups of people. You have the vaccinated and the unvaccinated.
You feel like what's going on right now is back to 60s America.
Creating that. A lot of my friends, they concentrate on Nazi Germany. That's a whole other planet. That's a whole other country.
That's a crazy comparison. Asking people to get a COVID vaccine, Holocaust comparison a little much. Jim Crow feels about right.
Yeah,
When someone asks you what they can get you for Christmas, just tell them to get vaccinated.
Sad news, our very own beautiful 50-foot Fox News Christmas tree was destroyed. Why is burning Christmas trees not a hate crime?
America's crime crisis hits close to home for us here at Fox.
The DOJ can tell you precisely how many Qurans were burned last year in the United States, but they don't keep track of Christmas trees.
The mini Trump drones, for kids are going to really appreciate it.
So you guys do know we won in 2016. You know we won in 2020, right? And you know we're going to win again in 2024, right?
A picture says 1,000 words, Janine. It's the old saying. And you can see the accomplishment. You can see America first.
Donald Trump is the most consequential Republican in the entire Republican Party, maybe in the history of the parties. And if you're going to lead this party in the House and the Senate, you have to have a working relationship with Donald Trump.
In Joe Biden's America, drug dealers, it is legal. You can sell booze to kids. You can sell drugs to kids. You can sell stolen televisions to kids.
The notion that Republicans are going to take control of the House and we're going to hold hands in the warm spring rain with the Democrats and legislate is ludicrous.
I've got 7 siblings that are Marxist. And when they start squealing and crying, I know I'm over the bombing sites. To stay there and keep on going.
On January 3rd of 2023, when the Republicans take over the majority in the House again, I'll make sure that we get Newsmax on the House internal cable system on day 1.
The virus itself, this is true, does tend to take away the life force in some people, I notice. I mean, it does feminize people.
All I want for Christmas is freedom for the whole wide world and you and me. I don't care if they paint the White House black. All I want for Christmas is my president back.
The idea that a woman doesn't need a man to be successful, the idea that a woman can live a happy and fulfilling life without a man, I think it's all nonsense.
Masculinity is under attack in this country, and men are withering and dying as a result of this.
From an evolutionary standpoint, it used to be You know, women were attracted to your strength because you could defend them from dinosaurs.
We're going to get to the bottom of 3 November, and we're going to decertify the electors because not only we're winning on a massive scale.
Steve Bannon, close Donald Trump ally, has just been indicted.
8 times as many people die of cold-related temperatures than heat-related temperatures. So while it may be true that surface temperatures rise, actually the question is whether that's actually a bad thing for saving human lives.
And there was a wisdom in what Richard Nixon said approximately 40, 50 years ago. The professors are the enemy.
Eliminate the U.S. Department of Education.
What conservatives, or any individual with a thinking brain, is upset about, and what we are responding to, is the big pharma pervert dressed up as Big Bird.
Big Bird is literally hawking an unnecessary vaccine for children.
It's perverse, brainwashing filth. These are child predators looking to persuade children to take action without the advising consent of their parent.
Big Bird has been doing PSAs on vaccines. You got to go all the way back to 1972. So this isn't a new thing at all. And I think in reporting this, that should be noted.
Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and all of them know that they chose the loser. They chose Satan.
So if we are going to have one nation under God, which we must, we have to have one religion, one nation under God and one religion under God, right? Mike Lindell! People in the upper deck, Mike Lindell!
I worked at that White House for 4 years. We never even heard of such a thing. There was no supply chain crisis.
A shortage of toilet paper, hand sanitizers, and soap expanding. In some stores, now freezer sections and fresh meats also cleaned out.
There was no supply chain crisis.
This richest, most powerful, most resourceful nation in all the world does not have enough PPE for our frontline heroes.
PPE has been sporadic.
I've heard the opposite.
There was no supply chain crisis.
Some waited 5 hours as volunteers distributed emergency supplies.
There was no supply chain crisis. There was no supply chain crisis. Supply chain crisis. Supply chain crisis. Supply chain crisis. Supply chain crisis.
We are going to fix our inner cities and rebuild our highways, bridges, tunnels, airports, schools, hospitals. We're going to rebuild our infrastructure.
For 4 years, Donald Trump promised us Infrastructure Week.
$1 trillion in infrastructure investment. World-class infrastructure. Infrastructure Week. Infrastructure. We call it Infrastructure Week.
The so-called builder said only he could deliver on new roads, bridges, and airports.
I alone can fix it.
But who got the job done?
Finally, Infrastructure Week.
Joe Biden. Action, not talk. Results, not tweets. Millions of new jobs, billions for the economies Donald Trump wrecked. Serving America instead of serving himself. Joe Biden, building back better.
Look, folks, for too long, we've talked about having the best economy in the world. We've talked about asserting American leadership around the world with the best and the safest roads, railroads, ports, airports. Here in Washington, we've heard countless speeches and promises and white papers from experts. But today, we're finally getting this done. So my message to the American people is this: America's moving again, and your life is going to change for the better. So with confidence, optimism, with vision and faith in each other, let's believe in possibilities. Let's believe in one another, and let's believe in America. Now let me sign this bipartisan bill. Bravo. This is not March of 2020. 200 million people are fully vaccinated. We're prepared. We know more. We just have to stay focused. Look, the unvaccinated are responsible for their own choices. But those choices have been fueled by dangerous misinformation on cable TV and social media.
You know, these companies and personalities are making money by peddling lies and allowing misinformation that can kill their own customers and their own supporters. It's wrong. It's immoral. I call on the purveyors of these lies and misinformation to stop it. Stop it now. Broadband lines, roads, railroads, airports, freight rail, no lead pipes, deliver clean energy. Job. Network, charging stations for electric vehicles. It's never, ever been a good bet to bet against the American people.
Hey, pal. How you doing? How are you?
Ouro Kenyatta, Olorua TV, Raila Wajma TV ni wayago, Aya TV TV